G'day mate, welcome back for episode 2 of the definitive tutorial. So, this episode, I want to do a couple of things. First thing we want to do is we want to automate science. So we've got science, we were handcrafting science, but what I really want to do is I want to completely automate it. I just don't want to worry about it anymore. So, first thing we want to do is we want to set up just a small amount of automation. Nope. Off by tile. There, and there. So, to do this, we want to have science packs. Science packs need gears and copper cable, which is fine apart from hi neighbors. Hey you, come here. And you. And you, and you, and you, and you. They were just short on friendship pellets. They just wanted a few more friendship pellets. They're just going to run through the base and keep coming until we give them enough friendship pellets. That's slightly damaged. Okay, next thing we should probably cover really quick is fish. Fish are important. Fish are really helpful. Turns out the only thing that heals a rabid engineer... no, let's put that in slot 2, is raw fish. Not cooked fish. He doesn't eat cooked fish, just the raw variety. If we come over the lake and right-click on some fish, we can have some fish. That's great, because that'll keep us nice and healthy when the next friendship party comes across. We were in the process of trying to automate science. What I want to do is I want to set up a very, very simple production. So, science packs require copper cable and iron gear wheels. What I want is I want you to make iron gear wheels. I want to give you a whole bunch of iron. And I want you to put those gear wheels into this box with my copper. And then I want you and you and you to all use those gear wheels and that copper to make science packs, which we're going to put in 1 lab, 2 lab, 3 lab. Yes. So we need to handcraft ourselves up some more labs, which would be fine if I didn't just use all of our iron. You're out of materials, so you guys all need to be moved. Box. Copy paste. Helps if I put down some power poles. There. We need... Oh no, I'm actually out of copper. I'm actually out of those things. Okay, so with that and that and that, we can automate military science. Now, that's gonna get us through most of red science without any hassle. Next thing I want to add to my list of things to do is I'm probably at the point where we need some armor. It's only light armor. It doesn't help that much, but it helps better than nothing. So we've got some armor. We've got our pistol. We've got our submachine gun researching. We want to grab more coal because we can. Next thing we want to do is we actually want to automate our coal delivery because this just ran out. So I want an electric mining drill. I want some belts because we're going to get stuff from A to B. So we're going to drag our belts back over to here. And then I'm going to take an electric mining drill. And I'm going to put this on the... Thanks, military. Okay, military out of the way. Let's get some guns, just in case. At least then we can automate our defenses. So, we want to put our mining drill right here, and we want to make sure it's aimed at the belt. That's the important thing. It doesn't require inserter. It's like the other drills. It's just going to output directly onto the belt. Now, I do need to give this some coal to get it back up and running. Lastly, we need some inserters to take coal off this belt and shove it into that boiler. And we're going to use burner inserters. At the same time, I'm going to upgrade our power. Put down a second one of them. 1, 2. Put down a power pole. Now the power poles, I do have to spread them across. So across the boilers to make sure I can reach these boilers. But that should get us up and running. As you can see, the burner... Let's try that again. Cool. Thanks, research. Alright. We need to put that there, and we're going to see the burner inserter is going to fuel itself first, and then it's going to put fuel into this boiler for us, which means they don't require power, and more importantly, they just run off coal, which means I don't have to worry about them should we have a brownout. As long as I can get fuel on this line, these will self start to run again, and we should be fine. But I do want to have just a few more of you guys making a little bit more coal to make sure I don't run out. Same time, as we're adding to our list of things to do, research. I cancelled that. So let's have some optics so we can have some lights. If I ever get time to craft lights. So the other thing I want to do is I want to craft some radar. Now, radar we can see up in the top right hand corner. That blue area is the part they can instantly see. So if we put this down and go out to map view, we can instantly see that exact area that was covered by the blue. At the same time, they have a sector scanning progress. So sector scanning process means when that finishes, it's going to uncover one of these black squares. As we can see, the game is sort of made up of lots of squares. These are referred to as a chunk. It doesn't really matter what they're called, but it's going to reveal a square around about this size, or this size around the outside. So because these are fairly cheap as far as power is concerned, each one of these uses 300 kilowatts worth of power. A single steam engine provides 900 kilowatts worth of power. I'm talking game. Let's go with logistics. Each steam engine provides 900 kilowatts worth of power. I can put down 3 of these early game when our power usage is not too high, and get these guys to scan faster. So each one of these has their own independent sector scanning progress, but as they scan, we're going to reveal more of the map quicker, which means, one, I can see where the neighbors are coming from in the north, because we had neighbors visiting from the north. On top of that, hopefully we can find some more patches, because 351,000 iron sounds like a lot. It's not. It's really not. So we did finish military research. We're going to grab a submachine gun. Same time, we really need to make progress towards our next stage of a base, which is going from this hand-fed burner little setup to something a little bit more industrious, something a little bit more high scale. Oh, at the same time, we're going to want some guns, because some damages were done and we need to repair them. We want 2 of those. So we're going to put a gun up here. And wherever you put a gun, you want a neighboring gun to also cover it. Same time, we've crafted the SMG. It's gone straight into our weapon slot. But it doesn't automatically get the ammo because the pistol is still holding ammo. Oh, there's red things on the map. So, need to put in the SMG. At the same time, press tab to change over the ammo and deliver more friendship pellets. Hello, friends. I have friendship pellets for you. Stop that. Okay. Put that power pole back. Let's go with wall. Sounds like an industrious thing. We need to put that inserter back. We need to put one of those back. We need to give you coal. We could repair things, but honestly, if it's got 1 hit point, it works just as well as if it has 100 hit points. So, we want to get these guys back up and running. Put down one of them. Put down another gun. Same time, it's not that I'm going through ammo quickly, it's that I'm putting lots of ammo into guns, and that doesn't really help me. Look at how fast research goes. Okay, we're going to grab steel. Yes. You're out of iron. Alright, let's just expand this really quickly. Another machine. Another bunch of inserters. Yeah, I use the Q button a lot to pick what I want in my hand. It's actually a fantastic habit to hone, to be honest. If you can see what you want on the map and press Q and learn to teach yourself that rather than opening your inventory, picking the item, or even going down the shortcut bar, you'll find you save yourself a lot of time. Okay, again, a couple more guns. We want them to cover one another. I'm going to dump all my ammo into those 2, and then go back to our new ammo factories to clean these guys out. Grab. Okay, with that said, next thing we want to do is we want to start working our way through trying to... Oh, friends. friends. Play succeeded. Okay, so things that you definitely want to repair. Guns. Guns are expensive. Okay, what we want to do is we want to start making that next step. To some more automation. So what I want to do is I want to import a blueprint string. And we're going to link up in the top right hand corner my Jumpstarter base. So this is a tiny itty bitty little base to get you up and started. And we want to sort of plan where we're going to go. We're going to build to the right. So these guys are going to have to go away. All right. So we want to put this roughly about here. So where'd that go? That's my Jumpstarter blueprint string. So this just outlines to me where I need to put things. Let's have some heavy armor. Yes. Okay, so this outlines to me where I need to put things. And the idea of this, there's a whole video which is linked up the top right-hand corner. The idea of this is it gives me an idea of how to start getting to the next step. A little bit more automation, a little bit more powerful at the same time. Be able to, rather than automate everything straight off the patch, I can clear that patch for electric mining drills and start processing everything conveniently right here, which is what I'd really like. And this is going to have all the things we've been using up until now. So that is our guns, our assembly machines, our inserters, our belts, our ammunition, our green circuits, a little bit of everything. But actually, probably the first thing we want to do is go grab some ammo real quick. I'm probably going to take these guys with me, and we're going to go chat to the neighbors and give them just a overdosing of friendship pellets, I figure. I figure that's probably the best investment of our time right now, which is something you're going to have to do in your own playthrough. You're probably going to have some friends that are far too close. It's really bad having noisy, loud. Oh, hi guys. Fish. Hold down spacebar. You and you can have ammo. Yeah. It's really bad having noisy, loud, obnoxious neighbors, as I was saying. So we're going to go just deliver them a knockout punch of friendship pellets. Really? Really? The one guy went around the back. Stop that. That was an important building. It was full of iron. Okay. As I was saying, friendship pellets, delivery service, yeah. Okay, I want more ammo. Yeah, there's a lot of friends. Okay, so I've got a couple of guns with me. The idea is we're going to put these just outside range. No, that's not the button I want. Hey! Okay, maybe research should be... They take forever. Okay. So, I have some guns. The guns are my fallback position. And with my fish, we're going to go in, we're going to track the neighbors. We're going to run them back into the guns. Excellent. And then I want to get rid of these buildings. These are a spawner. So a spawner obviously spawns new friends. I don't like friends. Alright, we're going to fall back for just a second. We're going to pull up you two. We now know if I'm standing there, I'm in trouble. That's what we want. We want that coverage. So we want them to be able, the guns to be able to cover us, and us to be able to hit the target we want. Okay. We can now put those where we were standing. That's a very loud friend. So this friend over here, he shoots at a distance. And he's very, very angry because about here we're in range. Yep. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of this, and at the same time try our very hardest to not stand still and make sure that wherever he shoots is not where we're standing or planning on standing. No, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Fish, and then get rid of him. I'm out of ammo. That's bad. I'll pick up that. Pick up that, because they're doing nothing for us now. And we just... Yay! See, overdosing of friendship pellets. Once they have an overdosing of friendship pellets, they're no longer friendly. Alright, so we're going to put guns in here. We do have these cliffs between here and here, which are going to form a somewhat of a choke point. We'll put 50 ammo in there, or 25 in there, 25 in there, which leaves us without any ammo, but that's fine. Those friends have gone away. We shouldn't have to worry about them anymore. But we do need to worry about our complete lack of ammo, and that this is only half built. And I feel like I'm running too slowly. Okay, so we want that, we want that, we want that, we want that. That looks like it's empty. It is... we want those. Okay, so we need to get the basics up and running. So I need a couple of things that we haven't covered yet. One of them is going to be where projectile damage is definitely going to be high on our list. Yes, especially when friends keep popping in like this. I think we need a third gun up here. And more than 2 ammo in our inventory. You've got 50. Okay, we're going to take out half of yours. And we're going to give you a third compadre to keep you guys busy. So, what I want to cover really quickly is we've unlocked the technology for a few new items. No, stop crafting ammo. So, one of them is a splitter. Okay? What a splitter does, it's really complicated, so pay attention, is it splits the items on a belt. I know, you never would have guessed it. On top of that, what we're actually doing is we're side loading a belt. Now, this one I will go over. If we have a belt like this, and I put a belt like this and a belt like this, you can see that this item, this belt hangs over this central belt. So what we're actually doing is we're dumping items onto this belt that's then traveling to the south. That's exactly what I'm doing here with this splitter and with these two belts. I'm dumping the items here to go up, dumping potentially different items here to go down, and that's exactly what we're planning on doing. We're planning on putting iron on one side of the belt, copper on the other side of the belt, and running them through this build, which will then, as you can see, smelt out our iron and our copper separately, and then feed them into the machines at the end. So what I want to do is I want to get all the belts done, and then we're going to need a whole bunch of electric miners, which we can just handcraft up really quickly. Electric miners, as you can see, have this area of effect around them. That is the area that they actually mine. So we want to... Unlike the little burner miners we were starting with, which literally just mine the tiles that they're sitting on, these guys have a slightly larger area of effect, and we're going to make as good use of that as we can. That's power. By, you know, making sure that these little bits of iron behind them are going to be covered by this miner. So that brings in our iron ore, which is only half the problem. The other half of the problem is we need coal, obviously, to make a smelter work. So we're going to put down a splitter down here off my coal belt. We're going to use the advantages of a splitter to output priority to go forward, because we definitely want to make sure power runs first. It turns out we're going around our own crash site, because Bob the Bot couldn't fly the rocket if his life depended on it. And then I want to have a line, I want to have a belt that goes from here to here in a straight line. So what I can do is I can use the copy command, which is under Control-C. You never would have guessed it. And then just with a mouse click and a drag, I can drag some belt down in the direction I want and know that that is going to be a dead straight line now. So, well, Control-C, Control-C. Yep. And if I want to bring up the last item I copied again, I can go to Control-V. And on top of that, like any good clipboard, if I hold down Shift and scroll my mouse button, it'll go through my previous copy and up to my last 10 copies. So if I was to copy that, We could then Control V to paste, and I could roll back through my last couple of items. So we want to bring that in there. The other magical item we used was an underground. You can guess what that does. It makes things go underground. Next off, we need a bunch of inserters. Oh, we also need power. Actually, I need all those inserters. Power! Alright, power's going. You guys will get coal shortly. In the meantime, if I can get the input inserters running at least, that means we can smelt the iron. I can always pull it out manually. Yeah, I know. Players in the way. Players in the way. It's fine. Okay, what are we short on? We're short on iron gear wheels. You guys are short on coal. Iron gear wheels. My burner loop. Oh no, I've got a spare one. Burner loop's empty, so let's top those guys up, empty that out, empty the belt out, empty the green circuits out, empty the gears out, empty iron out of you two, empty ammo out of you. So we want to put down the rest of these inserters. 28, yeah, that's about enough. Alright, next thing we want to do is we need to get copper into that belt. So again, electric mining drills. And what I want to do is I want to... Okay, that's going to be the line. Now, as we covered, electric mining drills, they have on the right-hand side the expected resources. That's everything that's going to mine for that one mining drill. So that's 5.5k. Some of it's under this drill, some of it's under that drill. That's perfectly fine. But you'll see this guy here has expected resources 8.8k copper plus 765 coal. That's a problem. We do not want coal on our copper line, and we don't want copper on our coal line. So what we can do is we can put in a splitter here. And we can say, hey you, if you find any coal, I want you to split it out to the right. And then I'm going to take that coal and I'm going to intentionally feed it into the back of our coal line to make sure it gets used first. Again, power poles, there. I'm going to bring our copper up. Now, the catch with using a filter like that is if one of the belts stops and backs up, the other belt is going to consequently also stop. So it's something you need to keep in mind, that you need to keep both belts essentially running all the time. So this is why we fed it into the back of the system, because the back is generally always used. Not always, but, you know, generally. It's at least definitely going to be the first one used. So that should give us some copper, which means hopefully if I press Q on a power pole and click and drag, it'll place it exactly where it's already been blueprinted. So we should be able to run up the line until I run out of power poles. Make a whole bunch of those. We want to have more inserters to get the copper and the coal into this smelter row. You two. We're going to run out. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many craft. You always need more. Where are we? We want to have those two. Now you can see that these are not actually outputting any iron in the top, and they're not putting out any copper in the bottom. The reason is they don't actually have a belt to put it on just yet. The belt's there, but it's just a ghost copy, and the Inspirers do have some brains about them, and they go, hang on, that's a non-working invisible, it's a pre-planned belt, it's not an actual belt, so you know what, I'm not going to dump my crap on it, where the engineer will have to pick it up. So it won't put anything out yet till we actually get that belt in place, which is going to be our very next project. Get the belt in place along with have some iron personally. And some power poles. We should get all of this powered. Just try and hit every power pole that I can see. Is that all of them? Yes. Cool. Nope, we missed these ones. Okay, alright, done. So, we want to bring our iron and our copper along. Now, I need to start building this out. So, we're going to need a bunch of assembly machines. So, we're going to need ammo, obviously. Ammo is important. At the same time, we will notice we started using some of these blue inserters, which I don't have researched because I'm willing to bet you've run out of one of your two resources. So, this is the problem with not automating things fully. Occasionally, they run out of resources. It ran out of iron. Lo and behold. And it's almost out of copper. Alright, top that right the way up. I don't have any gears on me. We'll pop that on there. Alright. So, we'll just have to work with what we can work with currently. Alright, on top of that, we're going to need some long-hand inserters. So, we should really cover what's the difference between a normal inserter and a long-hand inserter. One's got a longer arm. It's really in the title. I need a few more of those. Okay, long-hand inserter. So, a long-hand inserter, let's start here, reaches, rather than one tile, it reaches 2 tiles down. So we can see that this has the bar here. Hang on, power it up. There we go. This has the bar here, and it has the arrow here. So it's actually reaching from not this belt, but this belt, and it's outputting into this tile. When it comes to outputting onto a belt, obviously you need to actually hit the belt. When it comes to outputting into an assembly machine, there are 3x3 buildings. So we can just throw it right in the middle of the building. It works perfectly fine. So our idea is we're going to use these to craft... cancel that, because the other research is really fast. We want that one. We're going to use these to craft our green circuits by pulling in our iron from this line, and we're going to output our blue circuits onto this close line. At the same time, we're going to be bringing in our green circuits off this line, outputting our iron and copper all the way to the end. We probably want some guns here at the end, which require copper. Lo and behold, we've got a whole bunch of copper right here. What else do we need? We need short inserters for ammunition with a chest. Everything else requires better inserters, which we need the research for. Chest there, chest there. We can put down you, and you at least. As you can see, it's automatically setting the recipe for me of these assemblers because I'm using a pre-made ghosted item. It's automatically putting down whatever recipe is already designed to be set on the machine. So we're going to put ammo in that one, ammo in that one. We're going to put down a box. No, we're still crafting. What else can we do? We can grab more mining drills because we're going to need those. And that's pretty much it till we get this research done. It's the problem with, like I said, not making sure that things are pre-filled with resources. So, next thing we should go over really, really quickly is this is designed to take in half a lane of iron and half a lane of copper. Half a lane because a electric mining drill outputs mining speed. Oh, we got a power problem. Mining speed of 0.5 per second. So it outputs a half per second. We already know that's where our next friends are. Because they output a half per second, we need to have maths. We need to have half a line, so a belt moves. So a belt moves 15 items per second. We need half that amount, so 7.5 per second on a belt, and each mining drill outputs half an item per second. I have a feeling you guys took out a gun. Yeah, thanks. You know how expensive they are? You got 17 rounds, you got 7 rounds. So, as I was saying, for a full belt, you'd need 30 of these guys. For a half belt, we need 15. That's 15. We always throw on 1 or 2 spares, just to make sure. That's the next one we want desperately. At the same time, we need the exact same for copper, so I need 15 mining drills total. So it means we're going to start pulling up this, and I still need to fix power. We did 2 of those. I want a few of those. Cancel, 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 cancel. I need a pipe to put in there to bridge over this 1-tile gap from the power pole. Then I need those. At the same time, we've got a decent amount of exploring done, so I'm actually going to pull up 2 of those, which hopefully brings our power better. Better. Still not perfect, that's for sure. Okay, so that should bring our power under control. If I hover over one of these, we can see that they're consuming 17 out of 30 steam per second. So we're okay, just. But as you rapidly expand, you're going to have to make sure you keep an eye on power, which I unfortunately didn't do. Alright, I'm going to put those on there, put a power pole on there. My early automation's actually getting in the way of my mining patch. So what we need to do is we need to start upcycling from the method we were using, which was like mining and building straight on the patch, to mining the patch, moving the resources off-site, and then processing them in a smelter elsewhere. So that goes, that goes, that goes. All of that goes, which frees up you two. You guys need coal. You all need coal. You'll probably need coal. You need coal. Empty that. We'll empty that. We will put down another steam engine. So at least I have this running. And with that said, research is almost finished. So we get the fast inserters up and running. So now we have a more than enough iron coming in. Probably there's still the occasional gap in the belt, so we could do with a little bit more copper. Okay, long head inserter. That one's done, that one's done, that one's done. So we're just waiting on all the blue inserters. At the same time, we will build this out. And that's the research we're looking for. Let's go back to damage, because that's going to be important. Box there, and then all the blue inserters to get us up and running. We just need iron, that's okay. We have smelters and smelters and smelters full of iron, because none of this works, because we're missing all the inserters. I could have put down slow inserters, but I would much prefer to get the fast ones in and running as fast as possible. Okay, again, using the Q button, you can hover your mouse over something and press Q, and it will put it in your hand. At the same time, this is the important one, it'll also put it in your hand in the rotation it's already put down. So I don't even have to look at the rotation things are. I can just press Q and bang, they're in my hand in the correct rotation. So we need 3 of those. Actually, I want you to have a fast inserter because we're going to need a bit more ammo. We're also going to need to pick up the rest of this, because we've now got a certain amount of automation up and running. It means I can get rid of all of this, because we're now making belts up there. We're also making gears up there, so I shouldn't need any of this anymore, which should give us room for more electric mining drills. Oh, ammo. We might leave that ammo production running. Okay. So with that, we've got our very first... Like, this is my Jumpstarter base. So the idea of this is it does a little bit of everything. At the same time, we're going to build those out. So it does a little bit of everything. It makes a little bit of ammo. It makes a little bit of belt. It makes a little bit of inserters, which are coming down here for reasons that we're probably going to explain in the next episode. It's making assembly machines, it's making miners, and it's making guns. Now, these things further down the belt require extra iron that we don't have at this time, but that's perfectly fine because the next thing we're going to play with, which will probably be in the next episode, is putting down more sets of smelters. So we obviously, this one's doing a bit of iron with a bit of copper. I obviously need more iron, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to start building down, putting down more and more iron smelters, tapping more of this iron to convert it into iron plate and get more systems up and running. The other thing that we did unlock this episode, it's in here, there we go, is steel. I haven't started building steel yet. Again, that's something we'll probably play with in the next episode. Along with this, it actually outputs our green science, being our tier 2 science, that we haven't even got you to yet because we don't have the research running because somebody forgot to refill the build with more iron. I don't know whose fault that would be, but they definitely should be shot. But with all that said, this is where we're going to end the second episode. We've said hello to one set of neighbors. We've got our Jumpstarter base up and running that's going to produce some of the basics for us. We've got power amplified, which is now running at full pace. And next episode, yeah, we might have to go say hi to these guys. Or maybe just dump in an extra gun and pretend that we don't have a problem with the neighbors at all. Yeah, but with all that said, that's where I'm going to end the second episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I've covered before, if you've got questions, you need some help, come swing by our Discord. Same time, if you have any questions that you want answered down in the comment section, by all means, drop me a comment below. Either myself or one of the lovely members of the community can probably help you out. Lastly, this should be a daily series, so you should find a new episode every single day. Probably to the completion of us launching a rocket, which I actually expect is going to be probably, I'd like to say 30 episodes, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how fast we're going to be this time around because the neighbors are causing more of a problem than I thought they would. But with all that said, this is where I'm going to end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. All right, bye.